I'm gonna be honest. This is my third take because I don't feel comfortable with this. It feels inauthentic for me to be talking about this because I'm not very smart. So me teaching you how to be a genius or a polymath feels a little inauthentic. So, but this is the video I planned for this week. So this is what I'm gonna. I actually wrote this article a while ago, so I'm gonna be referencing the article. If you want me to post it down there, it's a Medium article I posted. YouTube isn't letting me post links and the things yet, so if you want it, comment and I'll send it to you, or I'll send you the link to my Medium. So if you see me looking this side, I'm just referencing the article. Gonna try not to read from it, but it's already been a minute of just waffling, and I hate when people waffle on YouTube videos. But hey, fuck it. I don't believe intelligence is set in stone. You could just the brain is both an organ and a muscle, just like how light is both a particle and a wave. I feel like as you can grow your muscles, your biceps, your quads, you can grow your mental muscle just with exercise and nutrition. So here is your exercise regime to flex that mental muscle. The eyes are looking that way, but the camera's over there. What is happening? Forget the outdated belief that I just said that. I just said that. You're not smart or dumb, slow or fast or weak. You know what? I'm gonna post this just as without editing because nobody watches this shit anyway. So, man, you know what? Let's have fun. I don't know who I'm talking to. I'm talking to myself. The polymath mindset. The polymath mindset is a mindset of insatiable curiosity. The ultimate polymath in my world is people like Leonardo da Vinci, Benjamin Franklin, Elon Musk. People that are driven by their curiosity instead of instruction. They feed their curiosity through fascination in how things work. Jesus Christ. Am I gonna post this? Fucking hell. I would say cultivate a childlike mindset where no questions are dumb question. Ask yourself, why is the sky blue? Why do planes stay in the sky? Why do people procrastinate? How does electricity get to my light bulb? Why are some people tall and some are short? That one's right here. Stick to the heart. Yeah, just like a height thing. Um, just because you're not as tall as LeBron doesn't mean you can't learn to shoot. Intelligence is not fixed, so neither is basketball skill. I don't know if that analogy even makes sense. Cultivate a humility, cultivate intellectual humility. I should at least cut some of these things out. Because it's 4 minutes now and I taught nothing. Cultivate intellectual humility. The one thing you should really fear, because I used to be afraid of looking stupid, but the one thing you should fear more than looking stupid is the Dunning-Kruger effect. That is when you try to pretend you know shit when you don't know shit because you don't know who you're talking to and because they might know shit. That is in my one of the worst feelings ever. Because when you're trying to bullshit somebody who actually knows, and then they just look at you like this dude's an idiot. So fear that more than fearing looking stupid. It's much better just saying you don't know something and asking a dumb question than saying you know and never learning. In my opinion, at least. Always see failure as a necessity in learning. I always have this cycle. Uh, Failure is feedback. Feedback is data. Data is knowledge. Knowledge is power. Power is influence. Influence is change. Change is failure. So it just keeps on going and going and going and going until the world ends, I guess. I don't know. But don't fear looking stupid. Don't fear fucking up. Don't fear doing something wrong. That's just part of learning. It's part of the journey. Becoming a polymath, in my sense, is just being an autodidact and taking your knowledge into your own hands and developing a certain sort of hard and soft skills. These are really things that schools should be teaching kids. We should have learned this in school, especially the three I chose: three hard skills and three soft skills. The hard skills will be meta learning, systematic thinking and problem solving, and memory mastery. Meta learning is basically learning how to learn, breaking things down. Okay, that's more systematic thinking. Meta learning in essence is deconstructing and prioritizing the 80-20 rule. I'm pretty sure everybody's heard of that. Like 20% of input affects 80% of the outcomes. Okay, in essence, I'm trying to learn Portuguese, and they say in every language, if you learn the 300 most common phrases, you basically are almost fluent in that. And then if you put that into balancing theory and practice, where for every 1 hour of theory is 4 hours of practice, and then reflect and experiment. Ask yourself why, how, when, what. Continuing with our language learning analogy, is you find the 300 most common phrases in the language, memorize those in any way you can, and then for 1 hour, and then practice for 4 hours, either speaking to a native speaker or talking to yourself or writing. And then you experiment and reflect on asking yourself, why would you say it like this? When do I say it like this? And how do I say it? The second hard skill is systematic thinking and problem solving, which is my favorite. It's what I'm naturally good at. So that, I guess that's was my favorite. But the dawn of all dawns, who's the best at this, is, in my interpretation, is Elon Musk, who emphasizes learning everything in the physics of first principles, which means dissecting problems to their fundamental truths and then building upon the knowledge systematically. Teach what you learn instead of learning in isolation. I started doing this a few years ago when my first company, actually, I think my second company, when I blew up around COVID day, not because of COVID, it's just the time frame. I blew up my company and lost a lot of money and was back to zero again. And I was like, okay, fuck, what the fuck is this ADHD thing? I need to learn this. So I started learning and blogging, learning and blogging. And I enjoyed that process. I started blogging every single day. Wasn't a lot of traction, but the fact of just teaching it, I learned so much about ADHD. And then when I started studying economics, I created a faceless YouTube channel where I just started teaching the stuff I'm learning with aspects of other wealth creation methods, and together I created. It's doing quite well, not fucking blowing up. I didn't win any, not thousands of subscribers, but I'm enjoying the process. And then when I started doing AI automations and started programming again, I started another channel where another faceless channel where I was just experimenting with different tools. And just in fact of doing that, I created products and I'm now selling those in my new company. And in the learning effect of it, I'm learning so much more just by posting online and then people reacting to those. And then, so I was like, okay, fine. I want to become a better person. Why don't I put my what am I afraid of? I'm putting my face on YouTube and start learning through that. So this channel is in essence teaching through learning. So I'm learning different things and then teaching that to the masses. And I'm a horrible teacher. Thank you for letting me know. Engage in critical thinking. Ask yourself why. Open-ended questions. Why? I love playing the why game. Like, when little kids are asking just to annoy you, why? 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 Keep asking yourself why until you can't answer the question anymore, and then research. Challenge your brain. Activities like Sudoku, chess. This is one of my favorite books ever that I bought. Brain Buffer. I don't know how to show a book on. Just pretend you didn't see that. Chess. Started learning how to play chess again. I invoke that you get physical books because we spend so much time on screens that it gives your eyes a rest. And I'm one of those people that if I'm watching a movie or a TV show or doing something that doesn't involve my brain, I have to be doing something else, or either playing a game or talking to somebody about the movie. So when I'm watching a TV series on Netflix, I'll be playing Sudoku or Brain Bufflers, or those times I am on my phone. All the games on my phone. I have two phones, so on one phone there's no sort of dopamine enhancing games, just math games and shit like that. And then on the other phone, I have SimCity. That's my weakness. Now you know. The third hard skill is the one I'm working the most on right now because it's my Achilles heel is memory. There's a different there's a memory palace. You can create acronyms or rhymes. That's my favorite. Or chunking. That's breaking down things to smaller, just from bigger to smaller. To train your active recall, I like spaced repetition. When I was in university and high school, the first time, I used to. I'm pretty sure everybody does this. The night before, you try to binge everything into your brain, cramming it as much as you can, and then sometimes it works. Most of the time, it doesn't. I learned from that mistake. So now, what I do is I will study. I do my degree online, so I get the syllabus, I get all the notes, then I go to online lectures, put that all into this AI system. I can make another video for that. Get notes on that, print them out, and the goal for those notes, I don't have any on something like this. The goal will be to make. I just printed those videos, so I don't have any. I make it as messy as possible. Ask numerous open-ended questions. Why is this? Why is that? Blah, 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 blah. And then dissect those notes into another handwritten note, and then summarize those notes to the point of. Let's I have an example of one of those in here. Yeah, like this. Until I can get all those notes onto one page like this, I'll keep going. And then if I get onto one page like that, next week I'll ask myself, can I redo that page from memory? And then if I can't, I'll say the mistakes, reorder that, study it back, and then I do it again another week. So by the time exam comes, all I'll do for that week is just practice old questions from past exam papers, ace the test or whatever exam, whatever you call it. Physical knowledge, same thing. Turn things into index cards or flashcards. I use Anki, but I'm trying to get cutting papers is just a long fucking process. So I use Anki for now. If I can buy somebody who already cut the papers, then or I could pay one of my nieces and nephews to cut papers for me. Actually, I'll do that. Soft skills for improving your intelligence, navigating the human landscape. Emotional intelligence, communication, and adaptability. Emotional intelligence is all over the internet. Everybody knows what emotional intelligence is. Recognize your biases, cultivate awareness, understand your moral frameworks. Everybody's biased towards something based on your nurture, where you're raised, how you are. You're biased towards something. Be perceptive. Know what's happening around you. Don't just know what's happening around you, know what's happening inside of you. Just know your environment. Understand moral frameworks. You should know that people are mostly, I like to think people are mostly good, but they are usually governed by politics, religion, culture. You should be very aware of where a person's coming from. Communication, the ability to articulate complex ideas, is a hallmark of intelligence. People, if you sound smart, people think you're smart. So to sound smarter, okay, I just lost my placeholder. I have a list of vocabulary study words. It's kind of messy because I try to learn one a day. I have an app on my phone for learning a new word a day. Ooh, explain out loud. The Feynman technique. I love the Feynman technique because I always acute to learning to increasing your intelligence to the Feynman technique and what's the other one? There's two of them. Feynman technique and what? Like I said, my memory is doo doo. What Feynman technique is, I boil it down to if you can't explain it to a 5-year-old to the point where they understand, you don't understand. The Feynman technique and the Socratic method. Method. That's what I was trying. Method. See, I'm trying to talk about communication. I can't communicate the word method. Engage in meaningful conversations. I'm trying to engage in meaningful conversation right now, and I'm failing. All apparently. Talk to people that you think are smart. Talk to people that you think know more than you. Talk to people that you think are better than you. But I think that's dangerous. Don't think anybody's better than you, but also don't think you're better than anybody. But that's a topic for something else another day. Master language. The other day I was talking to a gentleman who speaks 7 to 9 languages, and I was like, "What is your brain?" I can barely speak 2. And I was like, I should really start taking my language learning more seriously. Master the language you already speak as your mother tongue or your first language. Master a second one, master a third. Try to get as many languages into your brain as possible. You don't have to be fluent in all of them, but it's just exercise for your mind. The last soft skill, or the third soft skill I have in my list, is adaptability. Be adaptable. Be water, my friend. I don't have much to say about being adaptable. Just shit happens. My last video, I talked about, okay, not my last video, the one before that. Embrace or put yourself into purposeful discomfort. That's training adaptability. In other words, study different things at the same time. Not to the point of mastery or learn how to draw, then learn how to play the guitar, then learn how to sing, and you might become a better movie director. I don't know. Science-backed, insightful, brain. Oh shit! Just reminded me. It's frozen. Dopamine hacks. I'm supposed to drink this after I finish this video. That is my dopamine hack. Set hard things before good things. People, I know I'm shit at this. I know I'm shit. I'm embracing the suck. And I'm gonna leave this in so remind myself in the future how shit I was. So hopefully I get better than this. Dopamine loading. Schedule high dopamine activities after you complete your most challenging work. This is challenging. This is dopamine. Engage in regular dopamine detox. It's kind of funny the fact you're telling people to be bored for 15 minutes is a big deal these days. People used to be bored all day and they didn't die. So yeah, 15 minutes a day, be bored. Dopamine detox. Gamify learning. I've talked about gamifying. Yo, bruh, learn to talk. You're just telling people to learn to talk and you cannot talk. I talk about the importance of exercise, sleep, hydration, and nutrition in every video, so I'm gonna try not to talk about it in this video. But if you wanna be smarter, you need to exercise, you need to drink water, you need to sleep, and you need to meditate. I'm not talking about this anymore. Move. In the article, I gave reference to historical giants of modern polymaths. So I don't think I need to talk about it. But if once again, if you want the article, comment below and I'll send it to you. Daily habits that make you smarter: dopamine detox, read regularly, exercise, drink water, meditate, think out loud, talk out loud, talk out, because thoughts are dangerous. You don't know half of those might have not even be yours. You don't know where thoughts come from. They might come from the ether, but the words that come out of your mouth, that's your choice. So thinking out loud definitely trains your because I'm pretty sure our brains grew when we started writing and talking. Oh yeah, and writing. Write as much as possible. Write as much as you can. Not typing, writing. Because the connection between our hand and our brain, I don't know what it is. Somebody tell me if you have any link to it. I feel like there's an important connection. Weekly things you can do to become smarter: learn new skills, puzzle games. I talked about the puzzles. Active recall, dopamine loading into integration. Oh, integrate like I'm only allowed to watch Netflix. If I do good, I get to watch movies with my brothers. Journaling and writing. I once again, writing is so important, especially if you're not just writing on your self-reflection, writing on things you're learning. I don't know if typing does the same thing, but I learn much better if I write it out. Teach to learn. Put yourself out there. I used to talk. I realized the shit I say doesn't really matter to the people around me, so I decided to create content, hopefully, to find people that care about the shit I say. Sustaining growth over the decades, I can boil it down to the 1% rule. Like I always tell myself, I'm getting 1% better every day. I stop setting goals and I just have a vision and I break it down to how am I going to get there. And there's like, what daily habit, what 1%, if you get 1% better every day, you are around 37 times better by the end of the year than you were at the beginning. In conclusion, becoming smarter is easier than most people think. It's not an elusive trait. It's not I want to be a Nobel Prize winning physicist or I want to be Elon Musk smart or whatever. You can become the best version of yourself through systematic action. Once again, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm gonna try to make these videos better, but hey man, embrace the suck. If you want the full article, once again, comment below and I'll send it to you. And I keep saying that if if the topic can be an article, it doesn't need to be a video. But the point of these videos is challenging myself and improving on myself. So that is why I'm turning an article into a video. If you watch to the end of this, I am sorry for you and thank you. If you're literally still here, subscribe, bruh, because what the fuck is the point? Oh, peace.